Welcome, my divine gentlemen. It's Tori, and this is In the Glow. If you are ready to upgrade your style, refine your presence, and embody true masculine energy, you are in the right place. Your look is more than fabric, in labels. It's a reflection of your confidence, your vibration, and power. Tonight, we will be discussing abundance. You've been told a lie about wealth, and that lie is why you're still chasing it. They told you that hard work, discipline, and sacrifice would unlock success. That if you just hustle harder, follow the blueprint, you'd be rich. But what if that formula was never real? What if wealth doesn't come from grinding and it comes from alignment? This is what we will be discussing tonight. If you don't get that, it comes from alignment, you'll keep running in circles, doing all the right things, quote unquote, and checking all the boxes, and still feeling stuck. You've been conditioned to believe that money lives out there somewhere, that is something separate from you, that you have to earn. But real wealth isn't something you chase, it's something you carry within, and you must bring it out. It's a state of being. This isn't about motivation, this is about deconstructing everything that you were taught. From the moment you learned what money was, you were sold a story. Work hard, follow the rules, stay disciplined, and someday you'll be free. Effort in, reward out. But here you are, years into the grind, and freedom still feels just out of reach. And that's not an accident, it's by design. I want to tell you that success through struggle is one of the greatest illusions of modern life. You're not lazy or unmotivated. You've just been trapped in a system. This system is built to keep you busy, burned out, and disconnected from your real power. Hustle culture is a treadmill, one that convinces you you're getting somewhere while it's keeping you exactly where you are. Meanwhile, the people truly building wealth, they're operating on a different frequency entirely. They don't chase, they attract. And it's not luck, it's resonance. Wealth doesn't come from sacrifice, it comes from your state. It flows to the person who already feels abundant, not the one who is desperate to become abundant. The more you chase, the more you repel. And I am sure that you've heard this before, and it's true. The more you seek, the more you signal that you don't have it. You might be journaling and affirming, And all of that is great. You may be even visualizing, but if your energy is rooted in fear or scarcity, then that's what you're really transmitting. Energy is louder than action. Your emotional signature speaks louder than any strategy ever could. You've been taught that your worth is tied to how much you produce and that you have to earn your way to wealth through pain. The thing is, abundance doesn't respond to exhaustion, it responds to coherence, and it responds to the version of you that is improving or pushing or performing, but embodying. And you don't need another side hustle. You don't. You need a reset, but not in what you are, but in what you are doing, what you are embodying. And the sooner that you stop playing by their rules, the sooner that you will realize that wealth was never something you had to hunt down. It was something waiting for you to come back to yourself. Wealth doesn't start in your checking account, it starts in your frequency. You've been told money is physical, something separate, earned through force. If that were true, if that were true, all the late night, the stress would have worked by now and we'd be rich. Wealth isn't created through force. It's unlocked through tuning into the part of you that was never disconnected from abundance. It was never disconnected in the first place. Everything is energy. So is money. And so are your beliefs, your emotions, your unconscious patterns. And energy mirrors energy, and frequency mirrors frequency. Wealth mirrors alignment. It's the reason why two people can work the same job. Now, I want you to imagine, for example, two designers. Both know how to sew, they both know how to sketch and source materials, everything. Let's say designer A follows the old model. They grind, they chase every trend, they try to please everyone. Their designs are technically good, but they blend in. They're always one step behind, trying to figure out what will sell. And the brand feels a little safe. Now, designer B, they move differently. They're not chasing trends, they're expressing something real. Their designs come from authentic, aligned place. They believe what they create already has value before anyone even buys it. They're not hustling for approval. They are the approval. And their brand has a magnetic pull because it's coherent with who they are. And guess what? Designer B becomes iconic. Their energy, their belief, their frequency made their work irresistible, not because they work harder, but because they worked in alignment. They attracted attention instead of chasing it. It's not about what they do, it's about who they are while they do it. One operates from fear and scarcity, and the other one moves with expansion and faith. This is physics. When you strip away the illusion that effort equals value and you realize strategies, systems, and tactics only work if they're built on a foundation of inner abundance. Otherwise, they collapse under the weight of unconscious resistance. And see, you can't plant seeds in frozen soil. If your nervous system equates success with danger, no strategy will hold. And if your identity is tied to struggle, no amount of hustle will set you free. Abundance isn't about doing more, it's about embodying who you were before the conditioning, before the programming. See, you already carry the blueprint for abundance within you. It was never missing. And you received, excuse me, the wrong programming. So here, inner work isn't optional. It's the foundation. Until your internal world shifts, your external reality can't. You don't manifest wealth by forcing it to appear. You allow it by dissolving the static, the old stories, the inherited patterns, the hidden fear. We've all been there, and we must dissolve the noise so that wealth will not feel like it's out of reach because it's not. You don't need to be perfect or fully healed. You just need to be honest about the energy that you are embodying and honest about the beliefs you are holding on so tightly. You don't become wealthy to become someone. You embody the powerful person that you were born to be, and wealth responds. Scarcity isn't just a mindset, it's a lie, a story you've been believing for so long it feels like reality, but you weren't born into lack. You were taught it. And every time you second guess your desires, every time you apologize for wanting more or settle because you were told to be realistic, you are living under the lie. And the thing is, it starts early on. See parents arguing over bills, the tension when you receive a phone call from the bank, etc. You didn't witness scarcity, you got drenched in it, and you built an identity around struggle because that felt safer than success. And survival always feels safer than success. Survival always feels safer than freedom. And when you've been programmed for scarcity, most people live their whole lives inside that loop where you earn, spend, stress, and repeat. Because no one showed us differently. But you don't have to keep struggling because you're not weak. You keep struggling because your nervous system doesn't know any other way. And more money isn't always more safety. If deep down you fear visibility, responsibility, and abundance. And hustling harder won't fix that. You can't outwork an emotional pattern. You have to dismantle it and completely change it layer by layer. And remind your nervous system that money flows to you. Money flows not to what you want, but to who you truly are. Do it now. You don't need to wait. The wait is over. Give yourself permission, though permission is not necessary. I can't wait to see you in the next video. That is all for me. If you feel called to it, like this video. Share it for others who are in the same journey as yourself. And until next video, los quiero mucho. Besitos. Adiós.